And while others still believe that you got this.
Amen.
And that's the difference between the two. Some people have accepted the fact that they're not going to be able to do it on their own. And some people are still lying to themselves, saying that I got this. And I hope and I pray that you figured it out, that you don't got this. So look at verse 15. It says, therefore, let us, as many are mature, have this mind. See, it comes to a maturity state when you get to the point where you recognize and realize that without God, I can't do nothing. The Bible tells us in John 15, he says, the branches without the tree shall be what? Cast away. Because without me, you can do nothing. Amen. But then he comes back in Mark 9, verse 23, and says, if you believe in me, all things are possible.
Amen.
So he says, without me, you can't do nothing.
Amen.
But with me, all things are possible.
Amen.
Now, why are we not taking all things are possible and still over here trying to figure out what we can do, and we can't do nothing?
Amen.
Okay? Just accept it. He designed us to be dependent upon him all the days of our lives. The world is one created this independency. But God said, no. You're supposed to be leaning on me. Amen?
Amen.
Don't spend all your time worried about what's wrong. Channel that energy to determine, with the help of Christ, how you can turn all that bad into good.
The Bible says in Matthew 6, he said, what cubit is added to your stature by worry? What are you saying? What does worrying actually does? Only thing worrying does is make you sick. Only thing worrying does is give you a headache. Only thing worrying does is make your days more and more gloomy than they were before. That's what worrying does. So what we should do is, instead of worrying, we should sit around and say, with Christ, how can I get this thing done? With Christ, how can I work on my marriage? With Christ, how can I pray for my child? With Christ, how can I get out of this financial situation? With Christ, how can I receive my healing? Because when you got Christ in the middle of it, that's all you need. Amen. And see, what we've been doing is we've been trying to do everything in life without him, and our experiences are based on those times. But you need to understand that once you add Christ to the equation, everything changes. Amen. Amen? Amen. You plus education might not have got you a job. You with no education in Christ will get you paid.
All right now.
Amen? Amen. You with game might have got you a couple of girlfriends. You with Christ will get you a wife. You understand the difference? Amen. You without God got you a couple of friends. You with Christ will get you favor amongst men that you don't even know.
Amen. Amen.
We have to understand when Christ is in the picture, everything changes. Amen. Now I want you to get a revelation on this, church. Every seed that is planted in the ground to be planted must first go downward before it goes up. When you plant a seed in the ground, before you ever see it rise above the ground, it goes deeper in the ground to get rooted. So some of you are in situations right now, and you've been asking God to deliver you, and it seems like the situation is getting darker. But what you need to understand is, what God is doing is rooting you, so that when you come up, you have something to stand on. Amen. You have some foundation. You just can't be blown away by the next wind that comes along. You just can't be blown along by the next storm that comes along, because when you're rooted, you know you're good. We see all them strong winds that come through here, and we see the trees that's weak. What do? They fall right on down. But them good old boys that's rooted and strong in there, they don't move. Amen. And the Bible says that when he says, blessed is the man who meditates on God's word day and night, you shall be like a tree planted by the river. Amen. Your leaves shall not wither. You shall reap your fruit in due season. And everything you do shall prosper. That is a promise of God, amen. You need to understand that despite your current circumstances, your position in Christ is settled, amen. Go with me to Hebrews 4:11. We're going to close this out. Amen. Don't get caught up in what you see. Because if you press on, God will do the rest. Look at Hebrews there. 4, look at verse 11. We're going to close this out. Are you there? It says, let us therefore be diligent, yours may say labor, to enter into that rest, lest anyone fall according to the same example of disobedience. My last point for you there, tell your neighbor, if you will rest in the Lord, you will wake up each day to joy. Look at what the Bible says here. Let us therefore labor to enter into rest.